But for anyone who's curious about the merch store, everything on there is basically I get about $5. It doesn't matter what you buy in there, I get $5 of that, like whatever item you buy. So that's the reason the pricing is what it is. So it's not like trying to like money grub. It's think of it as like a $5 donation to stream, and then you get a thing, and you're paying for the thing. I will say I have heard the shipping costs to some places are pretty awful. Depending on where you are. Like I know we had people who looked at it from New Zealand and they don't have like a location in New Zealand, so the shipping was awful there. And unfortunately, there's smallest things I have no control over. But I also have it's Nexus Game Store. It just gets you like Steam keys. Sometimes it's cheaper than Steam, sometimes it's not. If Steam is cheaper, just buy the game through Steam. However, if Nexus is cheaper and you do buy stuff, yes, I saw a name which I'm assuming was you, and I'm not going to say it because don't dox people. But I believe it was you, and thank you. I would assume that was what, like a week and a half ago or something like that. But yeah. I was really hoping we'd be able to sleep by now. Yep. Yeah, then I got it. I figured it was you. I totally forgot with everything else going on, but thank you so much for the dono and all that. I do appreciate it. Like, I believe it will notify on stream when that happens. I believe I got that all sorted out. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was you. I don't particularly often get like direct donations. That's I think I've only had like 3 of those the entire time I've had the channel. And super duper appreciated, not necessary. Like people just being here, chilling, lurking, chatting, all of that is good for the channel. All of that, helps me out. Like I will never be someone who goes, "Oh, you're just lurking. Why don't you really contribute?" No, it's lurking very directly contributes to the channel. And anyone who doesn't think they do doesn't know what they're talking about. Like, to give you an idea of how many different ways it helps, you being in the channel does raise the viewer count. Generally speaking, whether or not it should be that way, when people are searching to try and find channels, they will check the viewer count, and having more viewer count makes your channel stick out more. So it is one of those things that having a higher viewer count begots a higher viewer count. Alright, Dusher, I'm actually... You know what I'm going to do? Because I'm already in good posture. But I am at a sit-stand desk, so I'm going to take a moment. I'm going to raise my desk to standing, because I haven't done that for probably a week. And I really should. What's the point of a sit-stand desk if you do not sit and stand? So I'm going to do that, so it's like improving posture by the sake I'm not sitting down. So give me a minute to do that. It's not long, and I'll get knocked out. Thanks so much, Foxmouse. I do appreciate that, because it's always good, even if I don't get to the game right away, to have a bunch of, I'm going to say a bunch of games in my pocket, just where it's like, okay, let's just say it's a Project Zomboid day, and like there's an update and it causes stability issues. Well, I don't want to play Project Zomboid if it's crashing a bunch until they get it sorted out, kind of thing. So it's good to have a game to drop back for that. It's also good, like, if just, one day it's like, hey, I have, like, not a headache. I probably wouldn't stream if I had, like, a legit headache. It's like, hey, had my eyes dilated, whatever, I'm good to stream, but maybe not something that has to be, like, super on point as Project Zomboid. Let's do a different game for today. you know, not kill our run because, you know, it's not a good day for that specific game, or you're just not in the mood. Like that'll happen. Like so far I haven't had that with Project Zomboid, but there are days where it's like, you know, today's not feeling this particular game. So you can play something else. Trying to avoid them migrating past me and kill them here. So I do like that. And we also have our other games day, and it's good to have a backlog of items there, because, you know, then that lets me choose games to play. I also like that people make suggestions, because I definitely found some real fun titles thanks to it. Like, Timberborn is an entirely endearing game, and I very much enjoy it. It's not a good game to stream, unfortunately. Like, really amazing game. Really, really terrible game to stream. Like, no one is watching Timberborn in any meaningful amount on Twitch. So that's disappointing. But it was a lot of fun, and I got a lot of positive feedback from people like, that game's amazing, I'm gonna go buy it. I'm like, oh, why couldn't they have an affiliate program or something? Yeah, it is. I do wonder when it has, like, because it's early access, I do wonder when it has, like, a major update, if it'll, like, at least briefly have a decent viewer count. Because if that would be the case, maybe that would be a way it could come back for a couple of days. And I understand that did happen the last time they had a major update, is it had, like, okay viewership and all that. And so it'd still be one I put, like, on an other game day. Like, it wouldn't be a mainstay game. It'd be one that pops on for a couple of days or two. Yep, it's early access. I'm pretty sure it's early access. I mean, that's the thing. You look at it and it's like, yeah, this is early access. Like, really? This feels like a finished product that they're just expanding on. I mean, to a certain extent, like, Project Zomboid feels like if I bought this game and there was never another update coming to it, I'd be okay with it. I'm happy there's updates coming for it, but it feels like a mostly done game. You know, there's a little jank here and there, but honestly, compared to a lot of games like AAA titles, it's not quite that much jank. I've certainly seen finished products with significantly more jank. Alright, Stone Shard is a medieval fantasy roguelike game. Alright, I'm on board. Kinda unforgiving, that's fine. I'm on board. Permadeath mode, but you can turn on game saves if you like. It also has a free demo and tutorial. It has a demo? Alright. I almost want to support it just for the fact that they make a demo. The long-forgotten practice that allows consumers to make informed purchases about games without having to just throw their money and hope. So, like, I guess the big question is, so Stone Shard, you're saying it's roguelike, cool. So would you say, is it, because obviously I haven't looked at the trailers or anything yet, like, is it platformy kind of roguelike, like, so are we talking like Dead Cells, we talking Hades, we talking Project Zomboid, we talking Streets of Rogue, like, what style of roguelike we talking, like Binding of Isaac? Alright, we got 10 more push-ups, so I'm gonna knock those out. You're just gonna have to chill here, buddy. I see you. I see you. I know what you want. You're sick, but you know, we'll deal with you. It's like the classic game mode. Okay. Okay. Ah. Gotcha. So you can sit there, like, if I'm playing, I can have my guy sitting here. I can see that zombie go, alright, how do I want to approach this? And I can take the time to say, alright, I'm going to move down, I move down, they move forward. I move down, they adjust. I move over, they, you know, close in, and we hit each other kind of thing. I'm down, so it's like turn-based, but not really turn-based. But yeah, cool. All right, what I'm going to do is push-ups real fast. Yeah, he wants cuddles, but he wants the teethy kind of cuddles. Yep, that is the zombies not respawning. Pretty pictures. Excellent, excellent username, by the way. Congratulations on managing to snag that one. Yep, now I have to check it out. Yeah. So, where I mentioned we've killed a few zombies, and it gets a little bit denser as we get downtown. You know, there's a reason we're driving real slow. Real slow. If I hit this with a speed, this car is not going to be on its wheels. A strange line of ants. A strange line of, really probably not pleasant to be around ants. Not gonna worry about trying to push too far right now. Oh, did I turn on the alarm, or the radio? We need to turn on that radio, because we could have a helicopter today. And I would rather not be surprised by it here. Yeah, so this is effectively Project Zomboid with a win condition of sorts. I mean, technically, anytime you play the game, like if you're trying to do more than just survive, you're saying, here's the goal, you can give yourself a win condition. Alright, and that's going to draw zombies in from farther away, but we'll also be able to hear if air activity is detected. By hear, I mean read text that implies hearing. Oh, and we're going to get super nauseous and all that standing on the heaps of bodies. So we see the queasy and the nauseous pop up. It's not zombie plague, it's I'm standing on a really big pile of rotting corpses situation. When did this massacre occur? It's more than one day technically has contributed to this, but it would have been the last stream. So yesterday, as far as real life days. In-game, it's about 4 days ago. Because we had to back off, and then we had 2 days of really bad fog. So, all that. And I'm just deliberately hanging out here because we see lots of zombies in the area, so I'm just killing them off. I do want to kill this horde back here and just get it out of the way and be done with it. Yeah, as you can see, when you one-tap stuff with any decent reliability, the rate you just kill zombies goes up fast. The machete itself is good. The machete with long blade 6 is really good. Not to mention adding in the strength and fitness and all that too. Don't say it. Okay, we're good. I was waiting for it to be like, air activity detected, and be like, nope, time to go. Because right now with these bodies, could not fight off a helicopter here. This would not be the place we make a stand. For as many zombies that are dead here, we still have a lot of zombies here in Riverside. I got a stretch. I'm gonna work in this horde real fast, and then we'll get our stretch. Oh yeah, and that's why we call it a zero to hero run. We certainly started as a zero. Not sure hero is the word I would use for her. She is definitely morally ambiguous, but you know, she's the hero in her book, so there's that. Alright, so let me get this stretch knocked out, and I will be back in 2 minutes. Okay. Let's see, there's something I was going to say. So, let's see. Senator Cookie says, when the Klingons rolled through the street, followed by, the zombies are like moss, except moss are like 92,475,739,000, I'm off by 1 digit, and 75% cuter. Rockbeard says, God, the machete is so good. Dr. Ellen Ennis is a killing machine these days. Cindy Cookie says, I'm a zero in real life. I don't think so. You've been fantastic in the channel, so, like, you're certainly, like, everything you've shown here would not put you in the book, in my book, as a zero. And Darkstrider says, beam me up, Scotty. It's weird. When I change my zoom really fast, the frames get a little chonky for some reason. Like, they're fine when I'm walking around. Just the zooming in and zooming out kinda makes the frames chonk a little bit. Just a little bit. I'm a little surprised. Usually whenever I'm around, it's like, oh, how do you loot that many bodies, or how do you, like, deal with that many bodies? And the answer is like, you don't. It's too many. It's just too many. It cannot be done. Like, I could be missing out on so much swag in here, but, no. No, you cannot trip over bodies, thankfully. Now, cars running over bodies can do weird things, which is why we drive real slowly over the bodies. Because physics gets weird when you drive over bodies quickly. Yes, you can flip over, you can put your cars on 2 wheels, you can hit them like a ramp and put your car into the sky. All of these usually end tragically, or at least very painfully for you and or the car. But, yeah, take your time driving over zombie bodies. The more bodies you have in one spot, the worse it gets, by the way. So having them more spread out like this is actually not as bad, but still, like, I will keep the speed down here. Yeah, well, if you pile a whole bunch of bodies in one spot and then hit it going at a speed, you will accomplish something. Not sure what it is, but it will involve defying physics and pain. Yeah, we'll walk over here and kill him versus driving down here yet. Yeah, we had this whole path. I mean, you can see the body carnage. We had this all cleared. But, unfortunately, because we had to be away from this location, because we had to back out to get our food and water and all that topped off, and then the fog kept us away for like 2 days. They've repopulated the area, and by that I mean there's no respawns. This is just all the zombies from like the neighboring streets, not going, oh, there's a giant space with no zombies in it. Let us live there. Stop giving me spears. I like spears, but I can't carry them. You're giving me too many. I appreciate your contributions, but no, seriously, I don't have a place to put them. I mean, I'm taking it. It's here. Give me a second. I need to get rid of this. Yeah, it's like I like spears. Right now, I'm trying to use up my machetes, but I think I have on us now 6 or 7 spears. Oh yeah, that's what's gonna happen. I'm waiting till our machetes are done, and then I'll break out the spears. And yeah, like I said, I think I've got 6 or 7 spears, and they're not just like crafted wooden spears. These are spears with like weapons attached to it and all that. So we're gonna get some mileage out of it. Oh, we want exerted. Alright, that's fine. I'll do that thing I did last time that I said I shouldn't do, and I did last time, and it was almost really bad, but you know, like, doing the same thing multiple times and expecting different results, that's, you know, that's not insanity, right? It'll work out differently this time. I'm sure of it. And this is exactly what happened last time, where it's like, okay, we're just going to finish that one horde off, and we're going to sit in our car. Oh wait, never mind, there's another horde. And now we just need one rolling down here. Not going to go fight that horde real fast. Alright, that's what I said. One needs to show him down here. Do you know how many zombies there are to kill total? So we have some out-of-date math that says there's around 900,000, but that's pre-multiplayer update. We are guessing it's probably 1.2 million, but that's based on just gut check, not anything tangible, actionable, or provable. Well, I mean, it is provable. If I kill all the zombies and we see the count, we'll know how many zombies there are. I want your jacket. Fall down. Give jacket. Ah, it's also ruined. I don't even want your friendship bracelet. Get out of here. Because we damaged our current jacket. So we're looking for a replacement until we get our tailoring up enough that we can fix it. Yep, I don't disagree. The only reason I'm not working on the tailoring is we don't have the book, and I am just not interested in working in high-level tailoring without books. That is not something I'm down with. Tailoring is slow enough with books. But I do agree with your assessment. That's actually one of the reasons I haven't been putting a huge amount of effort into the varsity jacks, like going out of my way to seek out places with them in that. Is because just like, alright, I'm just not gonna worry about it. We'll get there when we get there. Let me sit in my car and recover my stamina. Come on, man. Ooh, big horde over there. That's good enough, about halfway up. We'll probably tap out by the time we finish that, but that's fine. Yes. Lick the jacket, worn by someone who died, came back to life, has walked through God knows what filth. I can imagine, like, you know, you have, like, they kind of go through all the ways people died during the zombie apocalypse, and it's like, then there's Dave. Dave, who killed a zombie, and then to assert his dominance, licked their jacket, and got the zombie plague. Because, you know, he licked a zombie corpse, because, of course, Dave. It's just the way Dave was. Hold please, zombie. I am currently trying to put stuff in my truck. Or, not truck. Personal, like, just regular, ordinary car. Nothing truck and or van about it. Alright, I see that we cashed in some push-ups there, Zidian. Give me a moment and I will get to those. Alright, I'll knock out those push-ups and be right back. And just so people are new to the channel, we only get 10 total redemptions of those push-ups per stream, so if it does seem like they're frequent, it has gotten to the point that people are getting a little heavy loaded on the beginning part of the stream, considering we're only 2.5 hours into the stream. And of the 10 redemptions, we're at 6 of them. So I'm probably going to have to, I think I might have to increase the cooldown on that. Either way, gonna do those push-ups and I'll be right back. And once again, we're just trying to recover our stamina. You will notice we're queasy, our body temperature is going up because we're getting a little bit of a fever. We're not sick, we're just standing on corpses. Lots and lots and lots of corpses. Alright, we got friends from behind us, so let's not even fight yet. Let's back off, put them on one side of us. You want to be very careful about that. Oh, and one other thing I realized is I had accidentally turned my music at some point onto YouTube Safe, which cuts down my music library a ton. Because Pretzel covers both YouTube and Twitch, but they have different licensing. So at Twitch, I have a huge amount of music that I can play without having to worry about DMCA. YouTube, it's very, very tiny amount. So I did fix that, so we have more music on the playlist than we did previously. Yep, good old corpse sickness. That would have been a bad goof. Luckily that didn't work out poorly. Yes, working our way through our spear inventory that we've been collecting by killing zombies. All these spears we have not crafted a single one of these. It just came from this massacre here. I actually think, though, we're about to be sleepy. It's time to head back to base. Not our main base, just we're sleeping for the night. There is Drowsy, as I mentioned it. To recoup, we come back out here tomorrow and we get back to work. I am just trying to push, if you look at the main map, Enigma Bookstore is about here. So you see it's just a smidge past where we've cleared. But if we get there, there's a good chance I could find the expert tailoring book. So you can find that, then I can start using some of this time that, like, we're getting back home before it's dark. I can use that to shred up a whole bunch of clothes, get a bunch of, you know, thread, start working on our tailoring, getting that up. Because I do need to repair my garment. My varsity jacket currently has a hole ripped in its arm. Because we almost got completely played by a zombie the other day. It was hiding behind our box fan where we physically could not see it by any means necessary. We got like about one step from it before it aggroed and started making noise. It reached out to grab, I went to run, but you know, too little too late. Luckily we did not get injured, our clothes saved us. And so thank you, tailoring. That is way too. Hey look, another spear. I'm sure it'll be there tomorrow. Now the question is, if we do have a helicopter show up, where do we take it? Part of me wants to be ambitious and take it around here, where we do have a decent amount of open space. But yeah. Ulrich says, that neighborhood looks like mine after I eat Taco Bell. I enjoy me some Taco Bell, but oof, it gets harsh on you sometimes. As I mentioned, that's our spare car. We've left it up here, that way if anything should happen to this car, we can still get back to our main base. One thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get some thread and fabric. I'm just going to chuck it into the car. It's just something to kill some time before it's dark. Because we are sleepy, so we don't want to be staying in the fight. At the same time, it kind of feels like a waste of time just to leave immediately. So my goal here is, one, we'll get a little bit of XP, but that... when I say opposed to using fire, I do not use fire. I do not, like, oppose using fire. Like, I won't go, oh, how dare you use fire, you plebe. No. Like, people can play however they want. If it's fun, that's what matters. That's the point. But I personally will not use fire. I will not, like, I don't use burns, I don't use cars to destroy the zombies. Like, if I get to the point where that feels like a necessity, I will reduce the zombie population. Luckily, we are at the absolute maximum zombie population, and I haven't felt that need at any point, so... Yep. Okay, I can talk through the traits here in a second. Give me just one moment. I'm just gonna run down here. But because just while I'm reading this, I don't want to be like distracted where I got zombies nearby me, kind of thing. Because I'm just gonna tear these up. Now I'm not gonna worry about cleaning this crap. No one's got time for that. So the dirty stuff goes right back in. Actually, the clean stuff goes right there. I just want the thread, just the thread. Just the thread and Monica. Okay, so to go through the build that I started with, we were obese, weak, unfit, and slow healing. Which means when I went to my skills, I had nothing here. No points in fitness, no points in strength, no points in any of my combat stuff. Literally nothing here. So where this is like almost over halfway filled at this point, that's hard work. But the things that we got for taking all those negatives, we got Cat's Eyes. Cat's Eye makes it so it's a little bit brighter at night. You can see a little bit better. Dexterous. Dexterous makes it so you can loot just a little bit faster. Outdoorsman. Outdoorsman means you're less likely to get catch like colds when it's raining outside. You're a little bit more hardened against weather. Wakeful, which means you don't need to sleep quite as much. The Wakeful is one of those ones I have mixed feelings about. Objectively, it allows you to get more done in the day, which is really good. It also makes it really a big pain in the butt to try and keep a steady sleep schedule, because you end up waking up earlier than you want, that kind of stuff. But it's good. It's just got a annoying side effect. Lucky, while there's more to it than this, the way I usually explain it is just think more loot. Like, there's much more to it, but just think more loot. Because that's kind of the primary thing you'll get out of it. Eagle-Eyed, when you look at my cone of vision, which I can't actually do in the car, this is a bad example. So if you look at my cone of vision, it is almost not quite sideways. So what's Eagle-Eyed doing is making my cone of vision just a smidge wider. You have Fast Learner, which is a 75% increase in the rate you gain skills. So just the tiniest smidge below double the speed. This is one of the best traits in the game, in my opinion. Keen Hearing, which if you look, you'll notice, so I have, there's where I can see on this side, here's where I can't. You'll notice there's a little ring behind me that I can see. And what that's to simulate is your ability to hear something sneaking up behind you. So Keen Hearing makes that circle bigger by about, it's like 1.5 times or whatever. So that's super duper helpful. That's what Keen Hearing is. In my opinion, Keen Hearing is the single most valuable trait in the entire game. I don't think that many people will even argue with me. I'm sure there's some. But Keen Hearing is huge. You have Organize, which just means stuff like my backpack here. I get a little bit more storage than you would if you don't have that trait. But it applies to like cabinets, your backpack, the trunk of your car, all that kind. Not sure about the trunk of your car. But most storage things, it makes just a little bit more. And then at this point, you'll notice I see Fit and Stout. That's because we have been working out, so where we used to be obese, weak, and unfit, now we're considered fit and stout because we've gotten so much workout. So that's the traits we have, where we started with and where we're at now. And hey, Rainbow Octavian, how is it going? Hope you're having a good day. Yep, that's the traits we've got and where we've progressed. This is a build I would like, others would be like, oh, that sounds like a really good build. No, it's not a good build. It's a bad build. It is an objectively bad build. It's bad if you're new, it's bad if you're advanced, it's just not a good build. Because by the time you get all those traits up to a point where you can be using them, like you get your fitness and strength up, like, you're usually dead by then. Rainbow Octavian says, I'm going okay. Is Sunday for me, so just having a relaxing day, dishes are done now, and now time to do some gaming maybe. Cool. Having a nice relaxing day is always good. And as I mentioned, we are full on nauseous. That's fine. We're just dealing with entirely too much corpses around us. That's the reason we're getting sick. It'll be fine. We'll go inside. We'll get all over it. It's cool. But I'm just ripping all this up to get a bunch of thread, because I am hoping that we'll be able to get the expert tailoring book, and if we get that, I'll be able to, the next time we have bad weather and we have nothing better to do, I'll work on getting our tailoring up so we can fix our varsity jacket, get some more defense, because tailoring, in a lot of ways, is a get-out-of-jail card. Because normally, if you're not using any type of defensive stuff and you get hit, that's just, you roll the dice and you see if you survive the zombie plague. Like, if you get infected or not. Now, with tailoring, you add an extra buffer there, where you go, okay, if I look at my protection here, if I get hit with any of these that would be a scratch and any of those 100%, congratulations, I just don't take the hit. You damage my clothes and I'm good to go. And you can actually see where I took the hit that my left forearm is at 93% and my right forearm is at 61% because my garment got damaged when the zombie hit me. So that was me winning the dice roll on that hit to not take a zombie hit. And when you're talking about, like, any damage from a zombie has the potential to be lethal, anything you can do to stack the odds in your favor is always great. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. So what Yagas and Pieces is mentioning is like, so I wouldn't even say necessarily that the 0 to hero build is hard, so much as you have to be very slow and meticulous at the beginning. Yes. So, and I'll show it here when we're not doing this right now, because I'm going to finish this stack and that'll probably be the last stack I do. Because I'm not going to try and get every one of these individual buys. I'm trying to find where there's like groups of like 5, 6 bodies all bunched up in one spot. And even though I don't care about electronics, I'm just like, whatever. Yeah, I'm not going to worry about it. Okay. Alright, so let me throw in the trunk and I'll actually show you how much of a difference it makes. Because, like, when you first start, your pads do, like, nothing. Like, you put a leather pad on, I think it gives you 2%? Like 2% bite resistance. Or no, it's 1% bite and bullet resistance, 2% scratch resistance for a leather strip at level 1. Versus if we check, for example, my long sleeve shirt. Now my long sleeve shirt gets no defense to begin with, but you'll notice that this is at level 6 tailoring. Instead of getting 2% scratch resistance, I'm getting 12% scratch resistance. At max level, level 10, I will get 20% scratch and 10% bite resistance on every single place I put a leather strip. And then when you consider the fact that you can layer and all that, what that ultimately ends up meaning is almost all of my scratch resistance will be at 100% with the exception of my neck, my hands, and my shins. Now, if I remember correctly, with bite resistance, you'll get about half of these, give or take, to 100%, and the others will be around 60 to 70-ish% with a couple of outliers, bite resistance when you have full tailoring. Now that's, again, during the winter when you're wearing all your layers and all that kind of nonsense. But realistically, during the summer, that's too much to where you'll basically just dehydrate yourself and overheat.